I get a tickle out of that. I hope y'all do too. Welcome back. I am Masculinity Architect Duwayne Langham. This is the Ave, Yolo Ave, the road least traveled, and you have just tuned in for another Sugar Shred Update, day 24. Welcome back, people. The latest in progress these days. This morning, God dang, absolutely silent while I go get set up for live. Then the whole neighbor, oh, he's on. Let's go. Let's go. Anyway, got that pre-workout in me. You know what that is. Some Manuka honey. Shout out Thomas Delore. Talking about the quality levels of honey. I told you I became quite a connoisseur. Two up. All right, guys. I'm going to let him have it. I'm going to head on over here. Hopefully the mic got me. Anyway, so the weigh in today, 241.4. And so that's a drop. What was the last? 243? Somewhere in there? Actually, take that back. So the day before, yesterday was my break of the sugar fast. So sugar diet. Had some lean protein, or actually, no, it wasn't lean at all. But I had some protein last night and veggies, no starch. Wasn't even intentional. But the weigh-in, last day of the sugar fast, was down from 243 to 240, 241, 240. And actually, towards the end of the day, got down to 239.4. And by the end of the night, after eating, 240. This morning, 241.4, and that's after having protein. You know how that slows down FGF 21 and everything else. And then this cat over here is cranking up the motor. Real talk, fam. They all just came out. They all came out. I hope the audio ain't bad. Anyway, yeah, threw in about 12 ounces. Yeah, my baby had cooked up some egg roll in a bowl with some stir fry cabbage and chicken sausage. I went ahead and added in about 12 ounces, grilled up some chicken thighs from H Mart, and took about 12 ounces of that, threw it in there. So all in all, ended the day at 2,000 calories, 100 grams of protein, the normal about 300 carbs. I don't even think I check it because, you know, carbs are going to be what carbs are. And fats were at about 50 grams. So a nice little refeed, and again, unintentionally, no starch. Felt light at night, good and satiated. I already hear some other engines going on over there. I'm having to navigate through the neighborhood, get away from the sounds and stuff. What's up, people? I appreciate you tuning in. Comments, I don't even know if I follow, but thank you for being here. Anyway, so that was yesterday, and waking up the next day. So after a refeed, eating protein, 241. And again, I've told y'all the progress and everything. So as I lock in for exactly what I'm supposed to do, I see the results keep coming in. So I do believe this cycle, sugar fast in the next 2 days, doing that Smelly Bell 2.5 protocol. This cycle should have me down in 230s. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. Another update as far as my own journey and the message as far as modifying the sugar fast for your goals and your lifestyle. Something clicked for me. So I've been telling y'all about how I am navigating this mud and grass. We've been raining over here, having thunderstorms come through in the evening. So walking around in white shoes up in this mud, that ain't what that is. But so I'm modifying the diet now to fit my lifestyle. And I've shared with y'all the majority of my weight, intermittent fasting, water fasting, ketosis, all that good stuff. Most recently this year, protein sparing modified fast, high protein diet, 200 grams, gram per pound of body weight, all that good calculation stuff. So what I'm coming back to is actually getting me. I've done the exploring, I've done the enjoyment, I've done the food for flavor, eating first thing in the day, like not having to essentially starve myself, execute discipline, so on and so forth, while enjoying the benefits of fasting, sugar fasting. That's been great. And now I'm actually getting to, especially with this 3 weeks, by the way, my birthday, July 7th, turning 41. I'm aging backwards, baby. Hope you're going along for it. Drop your comments down below, your progress and where you are in your journey. So we're going to the finish line sprint this last. Now we're definitely at about 2.5 weeks until my birthday. And we've already dropped 10 pounds in 7 days. So let's see what we can do in 2 weeks. My goal is only 225. So I'm within the last 15 to 20 pounds as soon as we stop playing games. So anyway, going back to the more disciplined, you could say extreme fasting type, and just minimizing the calorie intake overall, creating a deficit, just the simple math, calories in, calories out, but also when I eat. Post-workout is going to get the best insulin absorption. Yeah, it is Thursday. They come and do the lawns and everything, so these cats is all over. I feel like I'm in some Metal Gear Solid trying to sneak around and not get detected. Sound police. So yeah, the goal being sticking to around 2,000 calories is actually my maintenance. As far as how that sugar fast went, I was at about 1,800 calories each day, and weight consistently dropping off 1 to 3 pounds a day. Had just over 2,050 calories with the protein last night, no starches again, and only up 1 pound from my lowest of the day throughout the fast. Water weight and all that included. But with that, to not really have any gaining, I'm pretty clear the scale is 2,000 calories for me at maintenance. And so as I'm actually been seeing, when I'm having 1,300 calorie, 1,500 calorie, 1,700 calorie, anything in that range, I'm seeing the scale dramatically drop. And so what I'm leaning towards is how much even of the fruit and sugar do I actually need, because there is no experience of hunger. It's what I want to eat. At this point, it might even be a sugar addiction. However, I can say no, but because it fuels the diet, it's like, why not? I'm not worried about it right now. It's working. But my diet has got a lot of honey in it, and I'm watching what I put it in, that coffee or tea in the middle of the day, just having it. It is my pre-workout, some juice, some sugar, but creatine in that, and then 2 tablespoons of honey, and take that off to the gym. So right now, other than my morning water, multivitamin, and ephedra, that's what I start the day with. So not having that first bowl, because my bowls can easily be 400 or 500 calories, 150 grams of sugar, which is great, especially for the energy that I put out in my workouts. But what I'm actually looking at is listening to when my body's hungry, and if I'm not even having the appetite, listening to when my energy is burned. I can tell when I'm depleted from the sugar. I can tell when I've got the energy and the boost from the sugar, and I can tell when it's been expended, especially after some intense workouts, lifting, sprinting, stuff like that, which I do for an hour or two to start every day. It's clear when I can eat, and then throughout the day I really don't need to, and consuming a bunch of sugar is not necessary. And then in the evening I like to burn off whatever I've been digesting by getting a walk in, and just to make sure I'm running on all cylinders at all times. So clarity in what I've gotten with modifications to my plan. I really get Cole Robinson, shout out OG, to like pushing this sugar diet, and I actually get his OG stuff, the snake diet. I never really looked into it because I was moving away from, by the time I found him, he's talking about sugar, and because I'm moving away from the keto and the heavy fasting, hadn't been my concerns. But with all the exploring and everything, going over on calories, learning that that's still important, maintenance of calories, and also just looking at, I don't need to get the sugar in, and finding my own. I did a lot of, in my research, listening to Cole Robinson, Mark Bell, the things that they're saying at their time. And while that is changing, again, like I always say, get the principles and do what it is that you need to do. So ironically, as I just felt like I wanted a little something today with a bit more energy, I've been leaving off, like I said, the coffee, tea, and putting in the honey first thing in the morning until I actually go and use it as pre-workout to go to the gym. But today I had the instant packet tea, and I went ahead and put in 2 tablespoons of sugar. So a low amount, about 150 calories, maybe 50 grams of sugar, 60 with the instant tea packet. But nice little, sip on, wake the metabolism up. And it got clear to me like, oh, this is the sugar in the water. That part never really clicked for me. I was never interested in just having sugar water throughout the day. But I got, like, if I'm minimizing calories, if I'm just giving the stimulus of the sugar, if I'm just giving a little bit of the energy, and still do my pre-workout type things, but it allowed me to preserve, fast longer, put off into the afternoon when I have my fruit bowl, when I make a salad with the tomatoes and the hot honey sauce and the cucumbers, and then of course, when I'm ready to break the fast and put meat in every 3 days, do that. But that's what I'm looking to orchestrate my diet to, and I think that's also going to help me zero in on, can I make this 1,000 calorie a day? Not that I need to, but just can I hit that mark and just maximize the results for this next 2.5 weeks. Anyway, inside of that, it got me clear, well, shit, if I'm doing that, it sounds like the snake juice part of what I've understood. Let me go look up what this man's actually talking about. And he breaks it down. It's so fucking simple. It's literally salts and sugars and, what would be in an IV. And he's talking about table sugar, which I would continue with that. But basically the dextrose, potassium, magnesium, the things that the body needs. And so it just gave me some clarity to really focus back in on the fasting element and getting that, aside from this pregame, I'm probably going to take my 5 a.m. start and still get a solid 6 hours of activity before I actually break even the sugar fast and have a bowl of fruit. So yeah, that's what I'm looking at setting up for myself, and I just want to walk you through my process. It's kind of interesting to come to it. So I already ordered the stuff off of Amazon this morning, and I'll pretty much be doing a snake diet variation, super snake juice as he calls it now anyway, add the sugar. I think that's how he stumbled across the whole sugar fasting element. But yeah, go check out Cole Robinson if you haven't already. He does have some great knowledge and insight. I've already always known that. Now I actually get what his original snake diet concept, and he's been pushing that for years before. He's been an extreme on the fasting. I've had the results with the fasting. And like I said, sugar fasting, I do believe, is so much better, so much more easy to adhere to. I've been telling y'all, I've had amazing results. I've also been able to live the last month while I've been doing this, and I don't know about you. If I hear about somebody who's getting still results visually, regardless of what the scale says, and seeing the scale results while living life, being social, drinking, staying up late, doing all the things that are part of life that you can't really do when you're being disciplined. So now that I dial it in, I think the fat's going to continue to melt, and I'm actually going to see the scale continue to drop down. But what I'm really enjoying is, as I'm trying to explain to you, getting to dial in scientifically the ABC of everything that works for my lifestyle, and I encourage you to do the same. Based on your activity needs, based on your lifestyle, based on your budget, based on everything that works for you, your actual goals. Are you just trying to cut? Are you trying to be fit? What is it? Is it a cleanse even? Because there's all kinds of levels where you can play with all of this stuff, because maybe you need healing. Maybe that's the reason you're on this side of the internet looking into this stuff. But either way, that's what I'm going to be doing in the meantime. So we're about to go in here, get into the playground. No clanging and banging today. Doing some heavy jump rope, doing some core work with the kettlebell, abs routine and all that, and some stretching when I get back to the house. And then go get the steps in. What I tell you about that 10K every day, baby. I'll be practicing what I preach, walking what I talk. And there goes another one. So with that, in the meantime, I'm going to be right here, wishing you the best and only success, being the best version of myself. Let's get this lifting beyond empowered. Question is, who are you going to be? Peace.